What is happening, Metasites? I'm back with another video. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. There was an important video that I wanted to share with people. This is something which I've been watching this guy's video, Sam Hyde, for 3 times now. He was talking about energy and how to basically train your brain to run on battery acid. I'm not going to play the whole thing. The first 5 or 8 minutes was pretty good. I'm just going to show it to you without further ado. And I'll let you guys decide. Please write down what you think in the comments section, because I really want to know. I really want to know what you guys think about this. It's borderline esoteric, and I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. You know, trying to read, trying to get more involved as the spiritual. So anyway, without further ado, here's the video now.
Hi, Don Jolly. The thing that bothers him about
Sam
Rick and
Hyde.
Morty is not so much the humor and the fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson tier. Put some science on it. We'll solve it with science. I haven't watched the show, but I know what Don's beef with it is, and it's that the ultimate message is
science.
hey, Morty, nothing matters. Don't you see? You reproduce, you live, and you die. Nothing matters, Morty. Like, it's a very nihilistic show,
Morty,
I guess.
I
haven't watched it, but
gotta get the seeds, Morty.
that seems to fall in line with
oh jeez.
the trend
Morty,
as
we gotta
far
go
as
get the seeds.
humor
Gotta get the
goes.
seeds, Morty. Morty.
Humor and
on,
all
Morty.
everything that you read in New York Times or the New Yorker or whatever, it's ultimately got this message that nothing matters, and I feel like it couldn't be further from the truth. But anyway, so what I want to talk about now that I got my 20-minute introduction out of the way, so this is one of this might be the most important broad topic that I have to share with you. Broad as opposed to pointed and practical. I think the most pointed and practical advice that I can give is don't be an artist or a musician or a writer.
Damn it!
And don't go to college without making damn sure that you're one of the few people that needs to go to college. That's the most important practical pointed advice that I have to give. Most important broad advice that I have to give,
I don't regret college,
is wash your neck brace.
Really.
When you get a neck brace, you have to wash it. Otherwise, it's going to itch and you're going to get diaper rash on your neck.
Okay.
Most important broad advice that I have to give is also potentially the most woo-woo and might alienate some people. I never know how to use that word properly. Am I alienating myself, or would I be alienating you? I don't know. Okay? I'll have to look that up on the old dictionary there when I remember, which I won't do. But this is very yoga. This is very The Alchemist. This is very The Secret. The book The Secret. Mental projection. You imagine it and it becomes real. If you wish for it, you'll get it. This is the most new agey advice that I have to offer.
False.
And it's this.
What?
Fucking negativity. And now I'm not talking about humor. I'm not talking about making jokes that make fun of Heather Heyer. Okay? I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about actual negativity. Which might be more like being black-pilled, but even black-pilled people care about what's going on and they're paying attention to what's going on. What I'm talking about is like a primal, unthinking, base-level negativity. Watching cartoons, eating yummy cereal, and being a petty person wishing that bad things would happen to people in your personal life. I'm talking about real, genuine negativity as an end and not as a means. And then positivity, and this is not, everything's great, oh my gosh, everything's great, you guys. Positivity, real positivity, which is when you are tested, when you have nothing, when you're in a fucking ditch, can you still muster the fortitude to fucking do something? Okay, I'm talking about actual positivity, not surface level positivity, which may be helpful, but it's not what I'm talking about, not related to this, okay? So actual, like, elemental force of nature, negativity and positivity, actual yin and yang are real. Ooh. They're fucking real. And you can use them to either ruin your life or get something done. That's the gist of it. That's basically where I'm going with this one. Negativity, positivity are real. And depending on what your mix is, okay, what your air-fuel ratio is, negativity versus positivity, you will either end up tortured by demons that you cannot see and cannot understand, or you will end up living some sort of spiritually, mentally, financially, possibly fulfilling life. And the outcomes in between the bad one and the good one are more or less determined, oh God, by what your personal blend of negativity / positivity is. If what you do, and this is not like, I'm not saying it's like karma or something where the negative things are going to be like points that add up and you get punished once a week based on how many naughty points you have. But what I'm saying is you can train your brain to run on battery acid very easily. You can think negative things, and it's kind of like being a rageaholic. Look up what a rageaholic is if you don't know that you can actually become a rageaholic. But you can just as easily become a poisonaholic. You can wallow in mental poison and think the worst shit all day and hate yourself and hate the people around you and hate the people who might care about you if you weren't such a piece of shit. And you can make that a self-reinforcing mental loop that may one day become impossible to get out of. And it's probably pretty easy for some people to do that. It's definitely the path of least resistance.
And you're in a ditch. Know that you're in a ditch, so you
and
know
it's
how to
helped
get out
along the way by self-pity, by entitlement, by thinking that the world owes you something, by thinking that you're better than other people, by having high expectations, and by being the type of person who has a tantrum when those expectations are not met. those are all things that will help you in your journey to hell, which you can very easily reach. And it may take a long time before you're a permanent resident of hell, but it'll eventually happen, and when it does, it'll feel like it happened in the blink of an eye. And I can't imagine what would be worse. Thinking about that time that you took getting to hell and thinking about what you could have done with it and thinking about how quickly it passed by. 10 years, wow. That was 10 years ago? I'm in hell. I don't know if that's worse, or if knowing that for the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, your only option is enjoying hell.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, I've watched that video at least 3 times. All jokes aside, here's my 2 cents on it, okay? I gotta take this off. Yeah, I could probably, put on a show and say whatever. I would just say most people are probably going to knock me for saying this, but you know what? We all have freedom of choice. Sometimes we make wrong, stupid decisions, and sometimes we do wallow in self-pity. I mean, it doesn't have to be like going to bars and drinking, but I mean like staying home and eating cereal and watching cartoons or playing video games. That's a time waster, okay? That's a time waster. You could be utilizing your time when you're down. I mean, it's easy to feel sorry for yourself when you're down. And I think that's what it comes down to, energy. When people feel sad, okay? People, I know they have feelings. When they feel bad, they want to feel better. They don't take into account what could happen if, consequences, okay? Like people, they think that the world owes them something. I mean, a lot of people, they take for granted the things that they own, and they forget about how other people are less fortunate, like in Africa, for example. We in the West, we've been given a lot, we've been living better than royalty from 1,000 years ago. Even though some of us are probably in debt. Well, whose fault was that? Honestly, to get into debt in the first place. I mean, credit card debt. Some people want to have their good things now, and they don't think about long term. And I might be stretching a little bit, but yes, you could wallow in self-pity. You could totally do those things, When I was in film school, I mean, I was fed up with it. I dropped out. I don't think that was the best decision, decisions, choices. But I didn't let that get me down. I actually got to work when I got the hell out of there, that institution from hell. Because people, they chose to, do this, go to bars and drink, and they didn't do anything about what was that they were given to them. These kids, they were so entitled, and they didn't think about what would happen in 10 years, Now all of a sudden everybody's got smartphones, and yeah, they think that, they're so entitled to have it. People want the greatest stuff, but a lot of them, they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the time. I still have my iPhone 4. I'm grateful for that. I keep it in a little treasure chest because it's like memories, man. Some of the memories I made were priceless. So when you guys are down on your luck, and trust me, it's going to happen. You will have to determine how you're going to forge ahead, Like what he was saying, the rest of the video, he was talking about a level 2 slime, like if you're like let's say that if you're in an RPG, okay, this is not biblical, so I'm not gonna get into it too much. I'm trying to read true wisdom, which is really hard for people to understand and comprehend because the world doesn't operate how people think it does. Tomorrow, this economy could be like, you know, and 50 years of like going to school and learning how to about investing. What good is that if there's going to be a stock market crash? You know what I mean? So life is not always, going to be this good. I don't know. I mean, at least for some, it's going to get pretty friggin' difficult. But what people have to understand is that you have a choice. You have choice, and by your fuel to air ratio, I guess, when you're flying. Yeah, he was talking about The Secret, and I got to be really careful about doing, like, following that. Never forget Helena Blavatsky. She was a practitioner in the New Age and the dark arts. You have to be careful when it comes to yoga and meditation, opening up your third eye. Yes, these things are possible. And no, I've not done it yet. I might get curious, I might try it, but what the Bible says, stay far away from New Age and stay away from just like mystical or esoteric practices. And he also mentioned demons, which, you know what, I gotta tell you, there's some people out there, New Age, okay, some people, they dabbled into this stuff. During the COVID lockdown, a lot of people, they got desperate, I imagine, and they were seeking something, something real, something to get them out of their situation. And what happened, you see, was I talked to some people. They turned to dark, mystical practices, which, yeah, it is real, but you have to be careful about this because, you know what, I don't want to mislead anyone. I just say, you know what, do the basic things. Just write stuff down on a paper, dream it, plan it, and do it. But there is a responsibility that comes with that. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. And whatever consequences you are willing to accept. Like when I went to film school, I was not fully aware of the consequences. Giving up put me in a really bad place, and but I'm trying to move forward. I've made a few documentaries. This is as far as I got when it came to making films. I want to make more films. But yeah, this is really hard work. Animation and composing and doing all that stuff, it's fun. It's not going to garnish you a living in the long run. And I think this is what he was talking about. Like when Sam Hyde was saying, don't be an artist. Or, don't become a rageaholic because it's counterproductive. Like when you're in a frenzy, you got rage, you can't think clearly. Okay? And when people are conflicted with demons, this is when prayer works. It's good to, sit and meditate and just, pray or take some time away from that problem and come back to it later. You don't have to solve everything in a day. But just be mindful about what he was saying, negativity versus positivity. If I were to feel sorry for myself, I would totally go to the bars and waste my time and my money and probably get into some trouble, mingling with those types of groups. Some people, they're just toxic to be around. This is why sometimes it's better to hide away from toxic groups such as that. And when it comes to the point where people have to take responsibility for their actions, Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear about, taking responsibility. Like I'll give you an example. I gave people some good advice on what to do. I bet you people are not going to listen to me still. They're not getting it. They just want to continue to do their thing. They don't want to take any responsibility. They don't want to get into, you know, a work ethic and make videos. They want to keep their channels black and they want to hide. They want to coast making video, like watching other people make content. But nobody wants to take responsibility for it. You know? Some people, they just, they'll never learn. They're all on YouTube. At the end of the day or the week or the month, if I'm, doing better, what's going to happen? There's going to be probably some people are going to be hating on me. What if that were the case? You don't see what happens behind the scene, but every day people are having to do their thing. They have choices they got to make. If you complain about a job, okay, if you say that, oh, I'm not getting enough money, you're still getting paid. Think about this. Think about the people who are not working right now. I'm trying to get ahead, but pretty soon I'm going to have to make some tough choices. Otherwise, like Sam Hyde, he was saying, you know what, don't wallow away in self-pity, otherwise you're going to be waking up one morning in hell. That really, that struck a chord. Sometimes, you know what, hell can be whatever you make it to be. My hell is that, I'm not going to say, because I don't trust social media. Doesn't really matter about me. It's about what it is that you are going to do despite all these problems. Like, you have to put in something good, your time and your energy. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. You're going to look back and regret. And I think that's the key thing. So yeah, listen, let stuff slide, the things that don't matter. If you choose to go down the path of New Age, I wouldn't advise it. It's only going to lead to a path of destruction in the end. I mean, is it worth it to get what it is you want? But lose your soul. That's something that which a lot of people, they sacrifice for fame. I miss my childhood. Like, those times, yeah, I have memories saved on my computer and in my head, but, those times are gone. And, what we gotta do, we can't reminisce, we gotta continue moving ahead in life. We gotta try to make new memories, good ones. And like he was saying, if you're a productivity type of person, if you're a member of society, giving back to other people, like that will yield some type of fulfillment and peace of mind, and also you'll be helping the world as a whole. Like what affects you can affect somebody else. So you got to be careful not to become a toxic individual, because I've got family members who are like that, and they're working hard towards the money, but they missed a lot of wisdom along the way. So yeah, I wonder if I left out anything. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Just to make this video good, it doesn't hurt to, start sprucing yourself up, even though if you do feel like crap, hygiene is good. It's gonna, if you care about what's on the outside, what is on the inside will care for you. I know it's not biblical, but I mean, you know what I mean. Go do this. Go to Tip Top. Go get yourself a decent suit. If it's on a clearance rack, see how it feels when you start wearing better clothes. And you start going out and you exercise and you get some vitamin D. Just going out and talking to the regular people. You don't need vaccine. You need vitamins and good healthy food, and like you said, not eating yummy cereal. I like yummy cereal, but it's not really good for you. You have to take care of your body and your mind. And if you're having a bad day, well, music is free. And yeah, if you want to avoid any pitfalls in life, don't live above your means, please. Don't get into debt. Just be, overall good rounded guy, and work hard at something every day. Be more productive. There's 24 hours in a day. I'm sure that you guys can figure out something to do with your time if you don't have a job right now. So if people are not making YouTube content in 2022, do something, anything. Go paint, or go on BandLab. Go on SoundCloud, and then do that. There's ways of like you said, elevate yourself. You gotta just write stuff down, man. Just do that, and then make sure it's what you want to do, and make sure that when you finally get to success, whatever that means. For me, it could be a few hundred followers, but I want to make real friends. I don't care about that stupid shiny plaque. I should play a video later about the guy who he was 31 years old. He had I think a plaque and all these cool video games in the background. And he said, "I had no friends." I was crying about that. So yeah, go find good people. Go outside and change it. Don't look to social media, because social media, it's like a web. Why do they call it the web? Because you get entangled in the web, and it wastes your time which you'll never get back. Precious time that you could use to do anything. Okay? So what you have to do, don't be idle. Do something productive with your time. Track your progress. Start small. Work your way up. And when you get back on top, or when you get to higher levels of success, give something back. In fact, I'll leave my donation at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to donate a few dollars so I can get food or coffee, just basic needs, that would be really helpful. See how it feels when you do that, if you want to talk about real energy, if you believe in karma. Okay? So that's all I gotta say. I hope this video helped some people. Please take care of yourselves. Be good. Be friendly to people. Learn from other people too, because everybody these days, they know something. Truth. So you may have a solution that could, just by talking to people. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, that's enough for today, and hope that everybody gets something out of it, and just stay crafty, I guess.